Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Distinguished panelists, honorable guests, excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. Climate change is no longer an isolated concern. It has become an overarching issue that spans the entire development landscape. Around the world, multilateral development banks are restructuring their financing frameworks to integrate climate action. Unfortunately, I think that is all Global South is left with. Yesterday, remarks in the opening session by the representative of the World Bank were quite a wake up call for Global South. And I think this is an issue that we cannot just let go. And United Nations has a responsibility to play a role that countries like Pakistan, which have less than 1% footprint on carbon emissions, if a country like Pakistan is seventh or eighth most vulnerable country and has to face $30 billion hit, not for its doing but for doing of others. And then if it is told that, look, this is a mess created by someone else, but that someone else will not do anything to clear this mess. You have to clear their mess. I think this is the greatest injustice we can see on this planet. So maybe United Nations should see that if we can have some form of global environmental tax on the polluters, and from that tax money, we should have this fund which should help developing countries in South to be able to meet the challenges of climate change. Because they are on the receiving end, they are not responsible. But just seeing this, that Global North will make all the mess, but they will not pay for clearing the mess. And you have the responsibility to do something about it. I think this is very unfair. And it is not just a moral issue, it is much more than a moral issue. And Global North must play its role to help Global South to mitigate the effects of climate change. Pakistan's response to this challenge is embedded in our economic transformation agenda, Udaan Pakistan, which is centered on 5 E's, and environment being one of those 5 pillars. The environment pillar provides a clear roadmap for a low-carbon development pathway, water security and food security, 3 critical areas that will define our resilience and prosperity in the coming decades. To achieve sustainable development goals and nationally determined contributions under the Paris Agreement, coherent national planning is essential. This requires seamless economic coordination among federal ministries and provincial governments, ensuring that the key policy areas, including climate change, water resources, energy, industries, commerce, food security, are aligned and mutually reinforcing. Despite its growing significance, climate change was not explicitly recognized in Pakistan's 1973 Constitution and is not listed in the federal legislative list. Instead, it falls under the category of residuary subjects, making it a provincial responsibility. Similarly, environmental governance is also a provincial subject. However, the nature of climate change and environmental challenges transcends provincial boundaries. Indeed, they are transnational and trans-regional issues requiring national and international cooperation. While the provinces play a central role in implementing climate policies, the Ministry of Climate Change and Environmental Coordination is responsible at the federal level for policy formulation, international commitments, and national coordination. The ministry works closely with provincial governments to align climate adaptation and mitigation strategies, ensuring a cohesive national response to climate change. As a signatory to multiple international climate treaties, including the Paris Agreement, Pakistan is committed to taking decisive action. But to translate these commitments into real change, we need strong inter-ministerial and inter-provincial collaboration, proactive policy interventions, and well-coordinated implementation mechanisms. And one of the interventions that we are now trying to introduce in devolved subjects is to create permanent structures of inter-province subject ministers committee, inter-province education, health, environment, provincial committees with permanent structure in these federal ministries so that we can have better coordination. The government of Pakistan has institutional mechanisms in place to drive the climate change agenda. Some key forums include National Economic Council. The NEC under Article 156 of the Constitution is the highest constitutional body for economic and social development. It provides overarching policy direction and harmonizes development efforts at national, federal and provincial levels through various committees such as ECNEC, Executive Committee of NEC, CDWP, Central Development Working Party, and Provincial Development Working Party, PDWP. Integration of climate policy in national planning. Climate change must be embedded in the 5-year development plans, ensuring alignment with all sectoral policies. The climate agenda drives its mandate from the Constitution to ensure continuity and accountability. Planning Commission's role in climate mainstreaming is also important. Planning Commission plays a central integration and coordination role in directing Pakistan's limited resources towards sustainable development. And we have a permanent member, climate change in Planning Commission, who is here, who looks after this function. Under UDAN Pakistan, we have taken critical steps to mainstream the climate agenda into national development. Climate considerations are now part of national project prioritization to promote climate responsive investment. Public sector programs undergo climate impact screening, ensuring they contribute to sustainability goals. Green project tagging has been introduced to track and promote environment-friendly initiatives. Climate risk assessments are now part of the appraisal process for public sector development program. An asset register has been developed to unlock alternative financing sources, including green bonds. We are working on debt for climate swaps to diversify financing sources and reduce borrowing costs for development projects. The Planning Commission is aligning development partner-funded programs with Pakistan's climate agenda, ensuring all investments contribute to national priorities. National Climate Change Council is a high-level council chaired by the Prime Minister, includes chief ministers from all provinces and serves as a crucial platform for building national consensus on climate action. Proposed National Climate Change Authority will further streamline climate governance. We propose the establishment of National Climate Change Authority to implement Pakistan's international climate commitments under various treaties, operate as a specialized implementation agency with the ability to provide policy inputs to Ministry of Climate Change and Environmental Coordination, and ensure a coherent national approach to climate adaptation, mitigation, and green growth strategies. Ladies and gentlemen, Pakistan stands at a critical juncture. Our response to climate change will determine the future of our economy, environment, and people's well-being. The government of Pakistan is committed to working closely with provinces, international partners, private sector, academia, researchers, and all stakeholders to strengthen climate governance and ensure sustainable people-centric development. Through UDAN Pakistan, we aim to transform our economic model and secure a greener, more prosperous future for generations to come. Let us join hands to make Pakistan a leader in climate resilience and sustainable development. Pakistan Zindabad.